We are here today with Karma, the dancer, an incredible ally to the LGBT community. Karma, thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me, Penelope.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
So, how did you get your start dancing?
Well, I started dancing when I was 12, which for a dancer, it's kind of late. So I had a lot of catching up to do. I didn't start taking it serious till I was 15, so that was even more catching up to do.
Awesome. And then what was your first professional booked gig?
My first professional booked gig was actually out here in Vegas. I ran off with the circus. I just went ahead and sent in my material, and they were like, "Oh, you're really cool. We want to go ahead and have you for like a short 6-month contract." So that was like my first big gig where I actually got to travel. I went to the East Coast, all over the East Coast for 6 months. Quite a blessing.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
It
So
was.
how old were you when you ran away with the circus?
I was 20, 21, 22.
So you had only been dancing for 6-ish years.
Yeah, professionally, uh, since I was about 21, because that's when I moved from Boise to Vegas.
Awesome. So you have performed at Pride events. Is that correct?
Yes,
And what's
yes.
what's that experience like for you as an ally to the LGBT community?
It was really amazing. I have a lot of respect for the Pride festivals, especially because it opened up the doors for me to actually perform. My first Pride performance was 2015, and that's where I actually met Erica Moll, also the Lady Gaga impersonator, and she's the one that opened my eyes to Vegas as an avenue for me to grow my career. And thanks to I gotta thank Pride because they booked me for a lot more things aside from the first time that I performed. I performed a solo, which was very emotional, just trying to throw things out there. That was when that song "Take Me to Church" was very popular.
Oh yeah.
So I kind of wanted to express something that I could relate to you guys because I know it's really hard right now to express yourself just being who you are. Sometimes you're not allowed to because of family reasons or for any other reasons at all. So I
Right.
wanted to
Especially
just
in
express
small
from my point of
towns.
view. Yes,
Yeah.
from my point of view, just what I think was like to be in your shoes.
Yeah. So how do you show your support as an ally, either during Pride festivals or throughout the year?
I try to attend as many Pride events or as many LGBT events that have happened, especially in Vegas, which there's a lot more than in Boise. But in Boise, I would go to a lot of drag events just to try and show my support, and I would also donate my artistic potential. So I would choreograph for some of the drag queens over there in Boise, and as well as here in Vegas.
That's awesome. So dancing has taken you to Vegas. Where else has dancing taken you?
Oh my God, it's been so
Some of
crazy,
your favorite
especially after I
places.
turned 21. First, I went down South America to Colombia, which is actually
Ooh.
where I'm from, and I was able to do some teachings over there in my home country, as well as it took me all the way to the other side of the world. Most recently, I was in China for almost 2 years,
Wow.
doing two contracts with a theater show and then a theme park, which were amazing. I also went to South Korea and Japan for some teachings and also just to explore the cities. So I'm really thankful because thanks to this profession, I've been all over the world.
That sounds like an incredible opportunity for any kind of performer. And you have been on a tour recently. Is that correct?
Yeah, that was when I was in China.
Yeah. So you were in China when COVID hit, right?
Yeah,
Tell
it
me
was
tell me what
crazy.
that's like.
We were about 2 hours from Wuhan, which was like the ground zero. So the time when it actually got started, it was like it was Chinese New Year. So everybody was traveling everywhere and we got a little vacation. So I went down to visit some friends at another place that I was visiting. And so once we got back, that's when everybody started to go crazy because unlike America, China it's a communist country, which sometimes is a good thing, which and sometimes it's not. As soon as we got back, we got word that the shows were canceled, and we were to stay in our apartments
You're just
for
quarantined. in
We
your
were
space there.
immediately put under quarantine, and it was like really strict, a lot
Yeah.
more stricter than
Oh,
it is here because
I could only
only
imagine.
one person per apartment could go out every 3 days, and that was only to go to like the store to get essentials and then go back to your apartment. And we couldn't leave at all, which is also why China now has opened everything, and they don't
Hmm.
have any they don't have any more growing
Sure.
cases. Um, so it was effective, but it was really annoying
Right.
coming from my perspective, where I'm like,
So
oh, I want to go out, I want to go places, but it worked
how
for them.
long were you locked down in China?
Um, for a month and a half,
Wow.
because we were our vacation was in Chinese New Year, so it was
Hmm.
about at the end of middle January, end of January. And then as soon as we got back, that's when we were in lockdown.
Yeah.
And then I told the company, you know what, we're not really gonna do anything here, so you might as well just send me home. And they were really cool about it because my contract was almost finished, so they sent me straight to America. And then I had to be on quarantine for 14 days because I came from China. And then I drove down to Boise and back to Vegas, and that's
Right.
where I'm here.
Yeah.
That's why I'm here.
So now that you're home, what are you doing as an artist to make sure that you stay on top of your game as practicing choreography, etc.?
Honestly, right now I'm really thankful because a lot of artists or a lot of people who are doing a lot better than me in life have put their material online since everybody's on lockdown. So it's easy for me to take classes,
Mm-hmm.
learn from people who are doing what I want to be doing. Also, with all the social media around, I'm able to share my material as well. So I've been getting a lot of more followers thanks to say Instagram and TikTok, which is right now like the thing that kids are doing. So I try to keep up with them.
Yeah, yeah. I just got a TikTok too, and
Oh,
it's
what a
there's a little
mess.
learning curve, but I'm trying to stay hip with the youth. So
Right.
so what's the future hold for you? What have you got planned?
Right now with the quarantining process, it's a little fuzzy, but I've been applying to other places internationally,
Mm-hmm.
which have actually gotten back to me, telling me that as soon as everything goes back to normal and there's international travel, they're wanting to book me. So right now, I'm pretty much set to go down to the Philippines,
Ooh.
to Indonesia,
Mm-hmm.
maybe Japan, and maybe South Korea. So it looks pretty bright right now. I just have to make sure I keep my body in shape and I keep
Mm-hmm.
practicing so my body stays right and quarantine's over. So just a matter of time.
Oh, yeah. I need to figure out a workout regimen. I've certainly gotten the COVID-19 pounds during the
Oh,
lockdown.
tell me about it. Oh,
So, what are some of your big goals for the next 5 years as an entertainer?
as an entertainer, well, my main goal when I moved to Vegas was to make it into Cirque du Soleil. That's still one
Ooh.
of my goals.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Within the next 5 years, I'm pretty sure now it's achievable because I've had the experience for it. So I'm just waiting for everything to go back to normal so I can audition for them.
Uh-huh.
Also, I wanna keep traveling. There's a lot of more places where I haven't gone to.
Like,
So
where would be some of your dream places to go and perform?
I would say Greece,
Mm-hmm.
and I would say again South Korea and Japan, just because I was only in each place for a week. So I want to be able to pick up a contract to stay there for say 6 months to a year, because that would be great. I'm actually freshen up in my Japanese to be able to talk to people over there.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. So, what advice would you give to other allies out there watching Small Town Pride today for the support that they could give?
Be there for your friends when no one else will, because sometimes it may seem like they're really strong, which they are, but there's a part of them that really needs a helping hand.
Mm-hmm.
And always be supportive of the decisions that they want to make, because at the end of the day, it's their life, their choice. That's really my 2 cents.
Yes, awesome. Thank you. So,
You're
how
welcome.
can the people watching today follow you in your work?
My Instagram is Karma the Dancer, as well as my TikTok. My TikTok actually just posts random dance videos, trying to be funny. My
Mm-hmm.
Instagram is more of my work-related stuff, so it's more serious dance, like at a professional level. So definitely hit up my Instagram, Karma the Dancer, and follow my TikTok too, with the same name, Karma the Dancer.
Awesome. Well, thank you. Is there anything else that you want to let folks at home know about you and your work?
Honestly, I think we pretty much covered it. I'm an acrobat as well, so if you want to go check me out on Instagram, go for it. And wash your hands.
Perfect. Well, Karma the dancer, thank you so much for joining us here at Small Town Pride. Happy Pride to
Thank you for
you.
having me.
Thank you.
Thanks.